Hi, I'm Suzy Fielders with Twin City Talk on our very first sidecast on location.
Co-hosting Burgess Jenkins.
And we are here with
Michael Breedlove. I am from Visit Winston-Salem, and we are coming to you live from the Central Library in downtown Winston-Salem.
Hoping not to disrupt everyone.
Too many people.
There's really two days. I've got to take it a day when I with the kids and a day where I am somehow kid-free. So the kid day, let me think. I mean, maybe miraculously they sleep in late, which would be a great start.
That is always good.
Then maybe we wake up and go to Callidium. We've got season passes there and they love it. My daughter would spend hours in the art room.
Yeah, my kids love the water exhibit.
Yeah, they love the water. They love the playground on top. So we'll do some of that. Then maybe we'll go get some pizza at the Cugino Forno, go down to the coal pit. Maybe they bring their scooters. And they can scoot around and I can sneak a beer in. And then maybe we go do something outdoors, something local. Like we love Tanglewood.
That's a good one.
We love everything about it. I mean, they love walking through the gardens and the aquatic center when it's open in the summer. And they love this. There's like this hidden nature trail, sort of like where the dog park is. I think it's called the Little Walden Trail. And it's really short, but it's got all the things like kids love. It's got these old abandoned buildings. It's got this creek with these rocks where they can kind of wade in and look for salamanders.
I need to go down there.
Every now and then you'll see a snake, which they think is really exciting. But it's maybe a mile. They think they've just gone on this big journey.
That's cool. No, I'm definitely going to take that trail.
Yeah. And then home, early bedtimes. And
that's dreaming.
That's the
so
day.
Wake up late and early bedtime. This is not happening.
Yeah. If it's just me, that's a little easier. Maybe like bike ride around Salem Lake, lunch, barbecue, maybe Little Richard's, something classic, something Lexington style.
Yeah.
Growing up in Davison County, maybe a nap. That'd be nice. And then nighttime, maybe just going to a brewery. Maybe there's a trivia night. Maybe there's a band. Maybe it's my band. Maybe my band's playing. And then home and another early bedtime. I can't hang.
Sleep is very important to you, I take it.
I just don't get enough. But yeah, those would be pretty swell days in Winston-Salem.
That sounds like a great, both sound like a great Winston-Salem.
The nap was my highlight. You said nap.
It's always the highlight.
You had me at nap.
A lot of words I could go with. One that always seems applicable is adaptive. We always say around the office, Winston is a city that doesn't tear down its past. It builds it up. It reinvents it.
Yeah.
Maybe reinventive is the better word. But take a place like the Innovation Quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember 10, 12 years ago, there was nothing over there. Nothing. It was a ghost town. These big, just ghost factories on the east side of downtown. And now you go over there and it's just this hub of life. You've got, kids running through the park and couples having a beer and bands playing on the stage over there. So, I'll look around and sometimes I can't even believe all that is even over there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's just a great example of like place setting, adaptive reuse, where we took what was there and we made it something cool instead of tearing it down and trying to start again.
I love that. I totally agree. All right, Burgess, you're up. What's your one word?
Yeah. So I thought about this and I'm going to go with optimal. And the reason I settled on that is that whenever you talk to anybody about this, whenever anybody comes in and we ask the question, what do you love about Winston? And they all have the similar kind of answers about, you get all four seasons, you get lots of diversity in the culture and the people, and the mindset is very friendly, and you get everything you want without it being too much. Like, it's not like a big city, but it's not a tiny place either. And if you want to get to the mountains, it's right there, and the beach is right. So it's, to me, it's optimal. Everything about it is kind of that sweet spot. And I've lived in a lot of places, and they have a lot of cool stuff to offer, but Winston's unique that way, and it's special. So yeah,
never would have thought about that, but that's a good way.
Yeah.
So my word would be charming, because I feel like that applies to the location, the businesses, the people. I feel like, kind of like we talked about before, it's like its own little Hallmark movie. So I always think charming when I think Winston-Salem.
So many things, but on kind of an individual project basis, you can't wait to see certain things come to fruition. The downtown amphitheater that's open in a couple years. I can't wait till Stevens Center finally reopens in 100 years or whenever that's going to be. So there's a bunch of like individual projects that I'm really excited about, but more than anything, I hope the city keeps progressing without losing what makes it special. The charm you talked about. It's like this playlist you have, where it blends all these classic tunes and these like new school jams, and it just works. It just flows together really well. And so progress is great, new jobs and new attractions, but I hope it doesn't kind of lose that sense of what makes it special.
I love that. You got any thoughts on what you like for the future?
Hope for the future of it? I'm kind of more of the same. I feel like we've been on a really nice trajectory for the last 20 years, and it hasn't been too much too fast. Yeah. I feel like the city has a trajectory that's been really good for the city and for the people. I hope that people continue to want to invest in the city, and I like the community spirit. There's so much of the I think this town does a really good job of supporting smaller businesses, and so watching that continue to thrive is something I'd love to see more of. I think that's kind of what makes a city special, is when the people invest their creativity into it. So more of that.
Suzy.
Yeah.
Don't mess up Winston's future. Don't do it.
Well, you guys might not like this answer then. So I'd like to see more collaboration among the whole triad, like High Point and Greensboro. I feel like they kind of run as separate entities. No, so listen, I like Suzy. How Eat, Drink, Triad, like with Algernon, how he kind of like highlights all the places. Because I feel like we all have something different to offer. Like each city's its own unique identity, and I feel like we could just.
I totally agree.
More.
High Point. But Greensboro has some things. I love the Science Center over there. The kids love it. We could find a way to make it work where it's not a competition.
Even if there was some kind of week-long festival where each city was showcasing themselves, that would be really cool.
Look at you.
I'm gonna go the opposite direction. I'm gonna say that I like what you just said about making it a competition. I think we should all meet in the middle in Kernersville or something. Have like an open field war with each other and see what happens.
This could be like the police and fire department fighting on the Battle of the Badges. We could have a battle of the cities.
Yeah. I bet on Winston. Tough.
I agree. Ultimately, I agree. I think it would be really cool to see this. We are known as the Triad for a reason. So, having a little bit more collaboration on stuff would be a good idea.
I think, first of all, he'd be disappointed that I'm not a rock star. We had a band. We won Battle of the Bands freshman year. We thought we were going to be legends. It turned out we were just fine. And we still play. I still know those guys. So one, he would be glad that I'm still dabbling in music. Maybe would be like, why didn't you do more? We were supposed to be something famous. But really, I think wouldn't be surprised that I'm still working in media in some regard. I did a lot of media in high school. I hosted the morning announcements, which is like the TV show that came on that everybody had to watch.
Did you work on the school paper?
I did. I was a sports editor of the school paper. Every month we'd print like 100 copies of this little school paper. I think we'd sell like 7 copies to our parents.
Losing business model.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But I remember my teacher said, "You're really good at this, at the writing part of it. Like, you get it." And she called me I remember to this day, she called me like a young John Grissom.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I don't know who that is, but I'm going to take that.
That's a big compliment.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And that's just kind of, I mean, this is a sidebar, but teachers have such a big impact on what you ultimately end up doing. Like, one little comment like that can just reshape everything. So I think high school me would be happy that I'm still here, happy that I'm doing what my teacher says I'm good at, and I'm doing the best I can, I guess. I was looking for some killer.
And you went to
kicker sentence.
North Davidson High School?
I went to North Davidson High School, yes, right down the street.
All right. So, Reynolds, what would your Reynolds High School self think about your current self?
Coming at me. You're going to keep setting me up this way. So, gosh, I think my high school self would be very happy, but also, kind of surprised, because I liked being an actor. I liked the idea of being an actor, but doing some theater and so forth in high school, it wasn't really my bag. That's not what I loved. And I fell into understanding what film acting was about in college and post-college, and then pursued that, and fell in love with it. And I've been very, very fortunate to have a great career doing what I do. So I think more than anything, my high school self would be like, "That's cool. I didn't see that coming." So happy that it's going that way. And I think maybe if I were going to flip it on the other side of the coin, I could say that maybe also happy that a lot of what I try to spend my time doing is, reaching out, trying to make some kind of difference, giving back, community-oriented things that matter, that I think ultimately matter. Being an actor is cool. I don't know how much it matters. It's telling a good story is great, but doing something with those platforms is cool too. So I like that. Yeah, I like that aspect of it a lot. So, Suzy.
So you might know this. You knew me in high school, so I was super
We went to the same church.
Yeah, we went to church growing up.
Really?
I don't know what Moravians. We don't
Is
have a sign.
it the Moravian sign?
That's a wolf fact.
If I would go to Old Salem and do that, they would be like, "He's
Moravian."
Nice.
No, please don't do that.
I'm totally going to do that now. And I'm going to say that the two of you told me.
We should have a sign.
We'll come up with one. Yeah. So anyway, I was super shy and quiet in high school. So the fact that I'm, running a podcast and all this stuff would probably, my past self would probably be very surprised, but happy that finally, that's all the people would always write in my yearbook, like, "Oh, you're so awesome, but you need to speak up more." So that context, So I think past self me would be surprised, but happy.